A rare Nintendo PlayStation sold at auction for more than $300,000.
I thought PlayStation was one word.
Is it? Yeah, it is one.
It is one word.
Well, yeah, I didn't type that.
Why is it 2 words at the bottom? Now?
All right there, editor.
Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
Yo, I legit look at every news and try to pick it apart.
Actually, actually,
way to go, Hawkeye.
No, it's not a mistake because it's the PlayStation, which is from Nintendo. It's a different console.
Look at the thumbnail.
The Nintendo PlayStation is different.
The thumbnail.
That is true. No, it is true.
Well, that was a created thumbnail that I did because it's not an actual console that was sold. It was by Nintendo.
I'm just saying.
So
Sony
let's move
PlayStation
on
is one word.
with the news.
Sony PlayStation is one word.
So the man who bought this is the man behind Pets.com. If you don't remember, it was from early 2000s when everybody had a .com, was making millions and millions and millions, and then they all lost all their money, most of them. But this guy apparently still has some money, and he's been buying video games with that money. The person who originally had this PlayStation or this Nintendo, or I don't know what they call it, this Nintendo PlayStation.
It's a Nintendo station.
Yeah. He originally got it at an auction for $75. Because the person didn't know what it was, and they're like, "Here, just take it."
That's awesome.
And it was in his garage, sitting there, or attic, one of the two.
Wow.
But and then he realized that it could be worth something, so he was like, bringing it around to conventions and stuff. And he was like, "I've been to so many conventions. I've been losing money having this because I haven't been working, and I've been here and here, and not making money off this thing. So I'm going to sell it." And originally, a story that I don't know if I believe or not, but originally he was someone offered $1.2 million for it, and he turned it down.
What a moron.
Why would you do that?
Because they don't know what it's actually worth.
Right.
And he wanted to take it to market and see if he can get more than that, since that was an offer. Because you don't want to take your first offer and something like this when you don't know there's a price on it.
And this guy he's obviously not a gamer.
$1.5 million though.
1.2.
Sorry, $1.2 million.
Yeah, that's nothing. 1.5 is a lot. Nah, imagine. But no, so I don't believe it. But they claim that someone did. So to put this online at an auction, starting at basically nothing to see how much it would go up. I was like, oh, guaranteed this thing's gonna make at least $1 million because it's sought after. People who have millions and millions don't care what they spend on it; they just want it.
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah. So if you're a real game collector or someone who has tons and tons of money, that's a penny to you.
Right.
You're like, here, take this $1 million, just give me the thing.
Right.
Or you could be like the dude who bought the Wu-Tang album.
Oh, dear God.
Piss everybody off and just throw your money to it and say, I don't have any cares about this, but I want it anyway.
Martin Shkreli.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I have money. I'll buy it.
So I was waiting.
Sucks.
I was waiting for someone in this auction to say that and be like, listen, I don't care. I just want this thing because I know it's worth something to somebody. But it was in auction. It went up for a whole lot more money. I think it was up to like $400,000, $500,000. And then it somehow went and reverted back down to like 200,000 something because I guess they were fraudulent bids or something.
Oh, shit.
So it went back down. And then after that, it didn't pick up steam again. And it pretty much ended at 360,000. 360,000. But 60,000 is going to the auction house.
Right.
They'd be banking off this stuff, man.
Ooh, yeah, man.
So 60,000 just for housing this thing to let people bid on it. That's crazy. But so they made 300,000, which is it's a lot of money, but they're going to split that a couple of times probably. So they're not really getting that whole thing.
Right.
And then when you look at it, it's like, what can you really do big with that? I mean, if you invested, maybe you can get some money back. But I mean, I think that the person who got this for 300,000 can just put it back up and be like, who wants it now? Now that it's got more publicity, they'll be like, who wants it now? I can sell it for $1 million, and they'll get $1 million for it.
Yeah.
But
let me find that guy who's offering the 1.2.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yo, listen, whoever wants this, that 1.2, it's up now.
Yeah,
and then they're going to get the whole bank. Watch, you'll see it. But apparently this guy he has a collection of games, and just like he wants to start a museum also.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if this is indeed in a museum, which people want it to be, like, the gaming purists want this in a museum, since it's like the only one that they know of right now, which is still a question. Because it seems that there might be more out there, according to the Sony people who made it and stuff, or Nintendo who made it. I don't know, but there may be more out there because just people looking at the moldings and stuff of how it was made, they think that there's more out there, or they just all got buried in a demolition or something. It could be, but this is the only one that is out there as far as they could tell. But if this does get into a museum, this will be a boon to that museum because it's going to be their showcase. It's like you can go to any gaming museum anywhere, but do they have this? So people are going to come in from everywhere and see this like it's the prize on a pedestal somewhere. So they're going to make money with it regardless if the museum is charging money for it or something. But it's going to help wherever they put this if it's going to be in any type of museum. But I'm just glad if it does indeed end up there, I'm just glad it's not in somebody's living room. You're like, yo, this is you see this?
Your kid.
It's in a safe, or it'll be in a safe locked away somewhere so nobody ever sees it.
Or pissed on by your house dog.
Imagine that.
That'd be messed up.
But it's already yellow. Look at it.
Damn, man. Well, it's kind of yellow.
Well, it's old. It's that type of plastic. But yeah.
And would they restore that?
I don't know if they'll even
That was
touch
for
it.
What was it for though? That was like a Super Nintendo.
It's
thing?
basically Nintendo wanted to make a CD add-on, so they worked with Sony to get it's basically a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's
a
what they
CD.
wanted to do.
It's like a Sega CD.
Not quite.
Not quite.
They wanted to make that instead of the Nintendo 64.
Right.
Oh,
So that's what it would have been, CD based,
Exactly.
and
Oh,
it would have
okay.
been a PlayStation.
so it's like a new
but
system in
Nintendo.
a sense.
Yeah,
It was
Okay.
a new system, yeah.
but that one can play. They fixed it to play a beta and Super
about the master?
Nintendo. Yeah, Game Master beta. So they can play Super Nintendo with it right now. So it's not useless because apparently they thought you couldn't play anything on it because
Oh,
nothing
play
was
Super
made
Nintendo
for it.
games?
But it can play Super Nintendo games still.
Well, it's just basically a Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Right now, yeah,
With a CD.
yeah.
know.
Because originally the Sony people made the sound chip and the Super Nintendo, so they were tight.
And then Nintendo jumped ship
Mm-hmm.
and left Sony in the dust and worked with Panasonic.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
See how that worked?
And they fucking
Excuse me,
Yeah.
princess.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They got those Mario and Zelda games.
They actually licensed Nintendo licensed their fucking.
What if it went that way and those games came out for this system
Oh,
Whoa.
and then it failed and then Nintendo went bankrupt because it was their system?
Well,
Imagine
Nintendo
that.
almost did that with the apps with the Nintendo app.
Imagine
Like
that
the
though.
games, but I don't know, man.
But yeah, I just want that controller though. It says PlayStation on it. That's pretty dope.
It's the PlayStation controller,
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
yeah,
Super Nintendo.
yeah. But yeah, I feel like they could have done better for
I'm gonna
that
look in
product.
my attic see if I got one of those laying around.
Imagine if you did.
I would be like, yo, where has this been?
I
Look
wouldn't
at
be
that.
surprised.
Everything is in there.
What do I have? I have a television. Do I have Commodore?
It's under your G.I. Joe aircraft carrier,
Yeah.
which is yellow.
We definitely have an Atari. Definitely have an Atari somewhere. See, that's when the dog pissed on things. See, that's
Hey,
proof.
we're gonna have a garage sale soon, y'all.
Yeah, but all those things.
Better
are-
clean that stuff
a
up.
nice little yellow pin stain on them.
That fucking dog.
Yeah,
Says,
with
"Yo,
an
I'm
old-
marking my territory.
Yeah, it's now your dogs. Imagine if that happened to that. But
Anyway.
yeah, so we may see that up again
Yeah.
for sale or at a museum.